Didn't I tell y'all? Practice the steps. It's step, snap, step.
Dad, I thought it was step, clap, snap.
Why can't we go and play with the kids in the park?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody playing with those kids in the park. Michael! Get back here!
Joe, can we get ice cream after this?
Sunday night, a guy who got famous filming comedy skits by himself in his room off his phone hosted the biggest night in black culture, the BET Awards. And he didn't just show up and host it, he made history. Youngest host to ever do it, younger than Kevin Hart back when he did it in 2011. Now, your whole timeline is arguing about the saxophone right now. We'll get into the saxophone, but everybody arguing about that is missing the actual story, because the real story isn't the saxophone that everyone's mad about. It's why a comedian with zero award show resume was the one person who could walk in and save culture's biggest night. Real quick, I run this whole channel breaking down how the creator economy actually works, who's winning, who's faking, and why. And what happened on Sunday is the loudest signal yet of a shift I've been tracking for months on this same exact channel. So stick with me. By the end of the video, I'm gonna show you the exact 5-move blueprint that Druski used to make himself unignorable, and why every old media executive watching this should be a little nervous. Let's get into it. Here's what nobody is telling you about the BET Awards. They've been dying. I'm not exaggerating. Last year's show pulled in about 1.2 million viewers on BET. That sounds fine, right? Until you find out that that's down 36% from the year before. 36% drop in 1 year for a show that used to be appointment television. The show your whole family stood up to watch. The show that made moments. So what happened? Same thing that happens to every award show. The MTV VMAs, the Grammys, that whole format. We stopped watching them live. Think about how you actually consume an award show now. You don't sit there for 3 hours. You wake up the next morning, you open your phone and you watch all the clips. The speeches that went viral, the fights, the outfits, every viral moment through the clips. We live in a clip world now. And here's the part that matters. Whoever controlled the clips controls whether the show even exists in the conversation. So put yourself in BET's shoes. You're running a show that's losing a third of its audience in a year. You need to be relevant again. You need clips. You need the internet talking about you Monday morning. So who do you call? You don't call a traditional comedian. You call a clip machine. And that's exactly what Druski is. So let's break down the blueprint, because Druski getting this gig was not an accident. It was the payoff of a strategy that he's been running for years. 5 moves. Move 1. He built characters, not just jokes. Most comedians, they tell jokes. Jokes are disposable. You laugh once, you move on. Druski built characters. The mega church pastor, the shady music executive, the auntie, the intern. These are reoccurring formats that people request. That's not comedy. That's IP. That's the same thing a TV showrunner does. And when he walked into that BET stage and came down from the ceiling dressed as the pastor, the whole audience already knew the bit. He didn't have to explain anything. He basically bought a universe with him. Move 2, and this is genius. His comedy is collaborative. Think about most internet comedy. Almost always at someone else's expense. You roast a person, you make them the punchline, and you burn the bridge. Most likely you're not going to work with them again. But Druski, he flipped that. When he roasts a celebrity, he makes them the co-star. They're in on it. They look cool. They get clipped too. So what happens? Every famous person wants to be in the clip with Druski. And that right there is why he can host a room full of the exact people that he makes fun of. He never burned a single bridge. He turned every roast into a favor. You want proof? Look at the promo for the BET Awards. The man personally delivered invitations to A-list stars. And that's the strategy. He's not crashing the party. He's hosting it, and everyone's grateful for the invite. Move 3, brand safe chaos. This one is subtle, but it's everything. Druski is edgy enough to be hilarious, but safe enough to be hired. He gives you that chaos that corporations can still put their logo on. A lot of creators are funny, but they're radioactive. No brand will touch them. Druski threaded the needle. He's the version of internet funny that you can put on national TV with sponsors attached to him. That's a business decision, and he made it on purpose. Move 4, he turned his relationships into distribution. Every famous friend that Druski has is 2 things at once: a collaborator and a megaphone. When he drops a video with A-list superstar, that superstar entire audience is gonna see it. So he didn't just build an audience, he built a network of audiences that all feed each other. Move 5, the one that got him the job. He understood the assignment is clips. Every single bit Druski did on Sunday was engineered to be a 30 to 60-second clip, the pastor entrance, the Stevie Wonder bit, the Jay-Z impression. He didn't just host a show, he manufactured a clip farm. And he knew that these clips would do way more for BET relevance than the 3-hour broadcast would ever do. 5 moves: characters, collaboration, brand safety, distribution, and clips. Put those 5 together over 5 years and you don't get lucky enough to host the BET Awards. You become the only logical option. Okay, now the saxophone. If you missed it, SZA and Doechii win the BET Her Award. They get up and give a heartfelt speech, and in about 30 seconds in, the saxophone player stopped playing his saxophone real loud, literally blasting it over them, trying to rush them off stage. And the internet lost it, half saying it was disrespectful, the other half went straight to conspiracies. Oh, Druski did it on purpose, it's a shot at TDE, this is basically the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef bleeding into the BET Awards. And here where it gets good, because the next day, TMZ reported that production actually made that call. They wanted to keep the show on schedule. And Druski, he wasn't even on stage. He was backstage changing his clothes. He had no idea it was even happening. Now sit with that for a second. The single most talked about moment in the entire night, the thing that put the BET Awards back in everyone's group chat, happened without Druski even in the room. That's the whole thesis right there. That's the payoff. When you build yourself into the center of culture and tension, the controversy organizes itself around you. You don't even have to be there. The internet does the work for you. Druski's name was attached to the biggest moment of the night, and he was literally in the back in his underwear. And here's the kicker for BET. It worked. Nobody's talking about a single boring acceptance speech today. They're talking about Druski's show, the saxophone, the pastor, the exact outcome BET paid for. A dead show, suddenly unignorable. That's why they hired him. Not in spite of the chaos, because of it. If this is the kind of breakdown you came for, the system behind the moment, not just the outrage bait that everyone else is selling, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Because the whole point of this channel is for people who rather understand the game than just react to it. Everybody else is making videos screaming about the saxophone. We're the ones explaining why the saxophone was inevitable and in the first place anyway. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep going, because this last part is the part that actually matters for you. Because this was never a Druski story. Remember the Streamer University series? Remember when I broke down why Cenat rejecting streamers was actually about controlling the gate? Same story, new room. This is the creator class taking over the institutions that used to gatekeep them. The old powers, the networks, the award shows, the legacy brands. They're not picking these creators out of the goodness of their art. They're picking them because they need them to survive. And the most honest moment of the entire night told you exactly that. Keke Palmer, well respected, been in this industry her whole life. She grabs the mic and jokes, "This should have been my gig." And the room cheered. That tension right there, that's the changing of the guard happening right there on live TV. The industry veterans versus the internet kid, and the crowd sided with that moment, not the resume. Oh, and one more thing. That same night, BET handed out a new award called the Pulse Award, and Druski won it. You know who else was nominated? Keke Palmer's own podcast. So here's the real takeaway, and this one's for everyone watching who's actually trying to build something of their own. The path changed. You don't wait to get picked by the institution anymore. You build the audience first, and the institution gonna come rushing. Druski didn't climb the ladder. He made them bring the ladder to him. Now, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the official society. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my drops, and hit that like button so we can get this video out to more people. I'm Gabe Official. This is the Official Society, and until next time, holla at your boy.
Official Society.
Timothy's time to take